Hello and welcome along to this episode of the Sports Rundown Live Betalong. How's it going, lads?
Having deja vu here. Feels like about the third time we've gone live.
The third head involved this time. It's technical issues. It's
so for anybody who is watching in, apologies for the late start. Our leader LB isn't here. And we had to take over the controls and had a few fails. So if you saw us sitting in silence for a few minutes, apologies for that. And if you were on at 7:30 as the normal time, sorry for being late. So we might have a bit of aftertime in store. Slats, I'm going to put you on the spot and say, can you walk us through the bets, if that's all right, please?
Yeah, that's grand. Yeah, we got a bit unlucky with some postponed games, particularly that Bournemouth game in the Championship that you had a nice bet lined up for, Gary. But we still have three bets that are paying off at about 13-1. So if that treble comes in, we will be paying €140 to our best commenter of the night. So if any viewers want to get commenting, they'll be in with a chance of winning that, provided our bet comes off. So the first leg of the bet is Juventus versus Torino, which has gone 1-0. It's 15 minutes in. We're obviously a bit late on it, but Juventus have just gone up 1-0, but I haven't seen who scored yet. I'm not sure. Sorry, PK?
Delete the
yeah,
back.
You're right. Yeah, so anyway, sorry, yeah, our pick in that game is Vlahovic, anytime goal scorer. I think he was available at about 6-5, and that was LB's pick for the week, even though LB isn't on the show. He fancied a goal from the new boy Juventus there. I think he's already scored maybe on his debut. And you know, they've a home derby game. LB just fancies him to get in the spot and kind of make his mark in front of, you know, in a derby game. Big kind of moment for him. My pick is a similar market. It's in the Benfica game. They're playing away to Boavista. Benfica are like the top scorers, the top scoring team in the league, and their main man Darwin Núñez, Uruguayan striker, is the current top scorer in the league. He's in better form away from home than at home. So the fact that they're away tonight, I'm hoping that form will continue. He's got 8 goals in his last 5 games, and he was 11-10 to score anytime tonight. So I just thought, you know, it definitely seems more likely to happen than not happen. 11-10. I was surprised it wasn't odds on for it. And then the third bet is your pick, Gary, for the Lille Metz game, which has just kicked off. You've the Lille Canadian striker, who's also, I think is he the top scorer in that league, or he's thereabouts anyway?
He's definitely Lille's top scorer anyway, but I don't think he's quite the top scorer in the league.
No, he might be the third or that sort of way, yeah. But you don't actually need him to score on like the other two bets. You just need them to have a shot on target in either half. So I don't think they've had a shot on target yet. Certainly the Bet365 stats aren't showing any shots on target, but it's only 5 minutes into that game. So that's actually going to be our main focus, because that one we need to have a shot before half time. That's the one we're going to be kind of waiting on, or the one that could kill us first if it doesn't come off.
Yeah, so, exactly. I'm actually watching that game here, and Lille have dominated from the start. And it's only 5 minutes in on my clock, but Lille have been on top of it. So I'd expect David to get a lot of chances, and hopefully he can get the job done. So it's a shot on target in each half. So what does that end up paying?
It's 13-1. So a tenner on that would pay €140, and we'll pay that €140 out to our top commenter across the platforms, Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. So if people get commenting and our bet comes in, you'll be in with a chance of winning that €140.
Great. And if anybody was watching in last week, you'll know that James Noble on Facebook won the bet. So the bet landed I think it was about €116.
Yeah, that's
he
right.
walked
Yeah.
away with at the end of the night. So, as I get commenting, get interacting, and if and when the bet lands, we can share it with you.
Because we're running a bit behind, and you might want to do the same, but I'm just going to roll off another couple of bets that I have in running at the moment. I've a single in the Bundesliga game just for a first half goal in the Mainz Leverkusen game. There's been a ton of shots there. I got on about 10 minutes ago. It was even, so obviously better odds there now. It still looks like a pretty decent chance of coming in, though there's only about 10 minutes left in that half now. So there's just been, both sides have had plenty of shots in that. So it looks like a lively one. It's actually suspended now, so hopefully this could be the goal. And it is. That's Bayern Leverkusen just scored. So I just divided after time in that one by a matter of seconds. And then the other bet I have on, I've a treble for Juventus to win and over 1.5 goals. That was 11-10. So there's already one goal there, which is good. It's in Juventus's favour as well. So if Juventus score again, that one is looking likely to come in. Savage, our La Liga guru, reckoned Elche should win tonight. They're at home to Rayo Vallecano. They were 2-1. They've actually gone up to 9-4 now, just 7 minutes into that match. So I just put the straight win in there, 2-1 as well for Elche. And then the Benfica game that I had gone for the Nunes anytime goal score, I fancied for our treble. I was leaning toward Benfica winning both teams to score. Boavista have scored in like 10 of their 11 home games. The only reason I went against it was because Benfica do have a pretty decent defence away. I went for a similar bet, Benfica away to Aruca a couple of weeks back on the show, and Aruca missed a penalty, and that was what kind of let down the bet. So I didn't want to put it in the treble. Yeah, awful. It was the only one of our treble that let us down, and it was a bloody penalty. And that was big odds as well. That was about 40-1, I think, wasn't it, our treble that night?
Yeah, it was big.
So I still fancy it, Boavista, and they've played twice this season, once in the league with Benfica at home and once in the cup, and Boavista did score in both of those games. I think Benfica won 3-1 at home, so I'm kind of expecting something similar here. It's kicking off in about 5 minutes or so. So yeah, I've a treble on that. It's paying about the same odds as our treble. I think maybe a little more. It might be about 16 or 18-1. So I'll keep you posted on that. It's off to a good start with Juve anyway. It would be nice if Elche could take the lead there in Spain. And then the Portuguese game. So I don't know, have you anything already on in play, or is there anything you're eyeing up to maybe put a bet on?
So I was actually looking at a League of Ireland bet. So League of Ireland start back tonight. And I was going to do over 2.5 goals in the Shelbourne Pats game. But it has just gone 1-0 to St. Pat's. So I was watching it there. There's a rocket in from about 25 yards into the top corner. So can't get that bet on, but since we come online, and just as I was trying to get it on, Shell scored a goal after 2 minutes, and a goal was disallowed for offside, and then Pats have gone 1-0 up at about the 15th minute. So 20th minute now, if you were looking to back goals, I think there'd be more goals in that game, but it's 6-10 for over 2.5, whereas I think it was 5-4 before kickoff, so I'm not going to go in on that. But sticking on the goals trend, I'm going to go for both teams to score in Rotherham Wigan, over 2.5 goals in the Lille game, and over 2.5 goals in Shamrock Rovers UCD, and that pays about 10.5-1. So anytime you're just cheering for goals is good crack. So that's going to be my interest, along with our normal.
I see Shamrock Rovers are massive odds on favourites there, 1-6 for the win. So you'd certainly be expecting plenty of goals there, right?
Yeah, I think like they should win it easy. So it's all about getting that first goal. You know, if they can score early,
absolutely,
they'll probably win 4 or 5. But if it's still 0-0 at half time, it might just be one of those where they sneak.
And do you just have? Did you say it's just over 2.5 in the Shamrock Rovers?
Just over 2.5, yeah. So over 2.5. I think it was just below evens. I'll check the price now. But yeah, it was pretty close to evens for 20 to 23. For over 2.5, but as a UCD are a newly promoted club, Shamrock Rovers are reigning champions. Shamrock Rovers are favourites to win the league, and UCD are favourites to go down. So it just stacks up that if there's a goal, that was a late kickoff now, so it only kicked off at 8 o'clock, so we're just about 10 minutes in. So still plenty of time. I think the goals angle is the way to go there, rather than, as you said, looking at the win angle, which there are heavy odds on favour. You're not going to make much cash.
No. So you'd just be hoping that they do get in there early. You don't want UCD, kind of new team in the league, kind of getting a bit of confidence, putting up a heroic defence and just trying to keep Rovers out. Hopefully an early goal, and you could see plenty more coming. It's just 5-6 now for that on the exchange. If it goes into evens, I'm going to get on that. I had that even bet on a first half goal in Munich, so I've doubled up a little roller there, so I might try double up again once that drifts out to evens.
You love these little rollers now.
Yeah. Might as well. You're playing with profit, right? So,
yeah, absolutely.
One with them Irish games, I'd be worried with the weather, right? The pitches can't be in good condition. They're going to be quite sticky and boggy, aren't they? So it's probably factored into the price, I'd imagine.
It's not too bad.
The park actually looks grand here.
Yeah, it's not too bad up in Dublin.
Yeah?
There was a bit of sleet came down there a little earlier in the night, but it's not. It's the south. It's the south of the country that's getting hammered.
Okay.
So yeah, okay. I don't think those games will be too affected.
It's good to have local knowledge.
local knowledge of the weather, maybe not of the sport.
Well, there.
I mean that about me. Gary obviously knows the League of Ireland inside out, but I wouldn't be any sort of an expert on that now.
Yeah, and I actually forgot. I meant to do it later on, so I'm going in to look at it now. So anybody who's been following us for a while will know that we sponsored a Shelbourne player last season. But Shelbourne were in the first division, so you couldn't back a player to score. But now that they're in the Premier Division, you can, and we're sponsoring another player this year, so Ave Dervin. So I'm going to go in and back him to score.
Oh, geez, I got to do the same
if I can. So let me just try and find the market here.
Which bookies are you going with for that?
So he's 20. You can't get him anytime. You can get him next goal, and he's 25-1. So that's what Betfair. So gonna back him there and show the face in our sponsored player.
Definitely getting on that myself.
You might want to give it 2 minutes, but because Shamrock Rovers have a very dangerous free kick just outside Shell's box. So because you're backing the goal scorer, you lose. Or sorry, St. Pat's have a very dangerous free kick. So actually, it's come to nothing, so you're good to pull the trigger now. But the last thing you want is to click the button and then the bet's gone straight away. So
I'm not seeing him. Oh, it's a good bit down, actually, is it?
Yeah, he's a good bit down. Yeah, so A is spelled A-O.
Yeah, A-O-D-H.
Yeah.
Good Irish spelling.
Yeah, for any of our non-Irish followers who are watching in. So we're about 15 minutes in now, and we've had no comments. So if you are watching on Facebook or YouTube, Twitter, make sure to get those comments in. So the bet that we've put on tonight is paying 13-1. If you comment in, you go into the draw, that bet lands, we'll give away the cash. So James Noble won last week. I think he took away around €116. So it's around the same time. But you say, Slats, it is 13-1. So it's going to be about €140 for the winner.
Yeah, €140 for the winner. But you need to comment to be included in that draw. So get comments in, and you could be €140 richer for nothing but a few Facebook or YouTube comments.
Okay, and actually, as I speak, James has just commented in. So he says that he had Patrick Schick goal in, I think that's the Leverkusen game, is it? He's also saying he knows nothing about the League of Ireland. So he's going to have a pass on that. Must have been our Shamrock Rovers talk. And then he's saying both teams to score for the Bundesliga match odds is good, and the second half should increase to even. So
was that Schick for first goal scorer or anytime goal scorer? And what were the odds on that? Did you get, James?
Yeah, it doesn't say, so let us know, James.
Nice pick going for the away team. I mean, they weren't favourites either. I don't think there was much between them, but yeah, nice shout there. Nice early goal for you as well.
It's just good to get the a winner in early. You know.
Yeah. As we were just saying, you're kind of playing for free there. Wigan just scored against Rotherham, so that's one of yours. What you've both teams to score there, Gary?
Both teams to score, yeah. I was very surprised at the price of Wigan in that game. So this is first and second in League One, and the two teams have been like in phenomenal form this season, but they're closely matched. And I think 11-5 was what Wigan were priced up at before the game.
Yeah, they're still 5-6.
After
going up 1-0, 30 minutes into the match. So
very surprised with that, but I couldn't pick between them. It's first and second in the league. There's 6 points between them, but Wigan have 2 games in hand. So if Wigan win their 2 games in hand, they'd be level with Rotherham, and obviously, if they win tonight, that's going to be kind of a 6-pointer for them. So I was surprised to see them at that big of odds, but I wasn't brave enough to pull the trigger on it. I went with both teams to score. But again, as we've said with both teams to score, when you've got the underdog away team scoring first, you're always in a good place.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just looking. Benfica game has just kicked off here. Boavista versus Benfica. So in my own treble, I have Benfica to win and both teams to score here. So I'll be hoping for plenty of goals early. But as part of our giveaway treble, that the viewers can win the prize, I've Darwin Núñez to score anytime for Benfica. So definitely going to be keeping an eye on him and hoping he'll get on the score sheet. And just to remind viewers, it's Núñez to score for Benfica, it's Vlahovic to score for Juventus, and it's Jonathan David to have a shot on target in either half for Lille.
In both halves. Both halves.
What did I say? In either half. In both halves.
It wouldn't be 15 if it was either half.
Either half is just a shot on target.
Yeah. Sorry,
Whenever you want.
I'm targeting both halves. And I haven't been keeping an eye on that game, but I don't think...
No, there's no... I'm watching it here. There's no shots on target. Lille are well on top, though, so that kind of bodes well, but it's 20 minutes in with no shots on target from Lille yet, so...
Yeah, it's just that we do need that first half shot, so hopefully they'll start putting on a bit more pressure and, he'll step up.
Yeah, you don't want him to get it too early and get his confidence up and have 4 or 5 in the first half and none in the second. So.
Yeah, just around the 40-minute mark, so he's kind of very eager to get going again in the second half.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Perfect.
We'll see. We'll be keeping an eye on those games and whatever else is going on tonight. If any viewers are back in anything, let us know. James has already commented in saying he had a winner in the Bundesliga game with a goal score. Still not, I don't know, has he coming back? Whether that
he's come back saying that it was 17-10 anytime. So it was a nice winner for James, and he's saying he's Benfica to win and under 3.5 goals in Euro match in Portugal. So that's
Benfica to win and over 3.5 goals, is it?
Under 3.5.
Under, yeah. That's not... Benfica have a pretty decent defence away. I'm obviously hoping for 3 goals exactly so we both can win. If Benfica were to win 2-1 now, that'd be ideal. But they do have a pretty decent defence away. I think they've conceded maybe 8 goals in 11 away games, something like that. But Boavista did score both times they played in this season. The first game ended 3-1. Which obviously wouldn't suit James now. And then they had a cup game that I think finished 1-1. So, I don't know if I'd be leaning either way. I think it'll be close enough to that 3.5 goals. But yeah, let's hope it's exactly 3 goals so we both can come out on top there.
Yeah, exactly. He also asked who the goal scorer was that we were talking about. So I've put it into the comments there. It's under my personal comment, not Sports Rundown, James, but it's Ave Dervin for Shelbourne to score the next goal. Was 25-1 about 5 minutes ago. Probably a bit larger than that at the moment. It's actually a fairly open game. So Shells are newly promoted, and anybody again who doesn't know, I'm a lifelong Shells fan, season ticket holder. So I'm a little bit biased when it comes to the bets, but we sponsored Ave for the season. and yeah, fingers crossed he can pay us back here with a goal in the next one. James has also opened a can of worms about the big upset last week for QPR. So
Oops.
PK, that's probably something you were going to rib me about later on. I actually
No, because on the stream last week I had a look at it, and obviously they were playing Barnsley and they're even money, and you're like QPR were decent away, and Barnsley are just obviously. I don't see how Barnsley can't stay up, really, if you're being perfectly honest. But Barnsley turned out and beat them 1-0, but probably. I didn't have too much of a look at the game, but they probably got battered and got a lucky goal somewhere. But yeah, I thought it was a good bet, actually, myself, on first look. But this is football and gambling, and unfortunately things don't always go that way.
Yeah, so you'll be happy to know that I'm a glutton for punishment anyway. I don't think my article has been published yet on the site, but it'll be published in the next couple of hours. I'm going for QPR again this week, so I'm not going to jinx them with the bet of the century comment like I did last week. But I think they've got a really good chance. So they're playing against Hull. Hull have been poor away from home this season, especially scoring. So they've only scored 11 goals away from home in, I think it's 14 or 15 matches this season. And then QPR have been the opposite. They've been really good at Loftus Road, and they've been scoring for fun. So I think that the defence will keep Hull out, and they'll make a goal. I can actually see them winning 2 or 3-0. So it forms one of the legs of the ACCA this week. The rest of it will be up on site. As I check that out overnight at SportsRunDown.com. And PK, you're monitoring YouTube for us. Any comments on YouTube?
LB was wishing us the best of luck on our umpteenth attempt to get this going. And then Connor Castle said, "Well, boys," so I just wishing us luck, and obviously tune in to see if we can make money this week like we did last week. I think I'm still recovering from last week's show. Obviously, neither of you were here. It was myself, Savage, and LB, but we were in here shouting at I was at least anyway, shouting at the Porto Sporting game until the last kick of the ball. It was a bit of a mental one. I was waiting on them for €350 off a tenner. So
really,
but it was I think all our bets kind of came in at the last second. I think I had Verratti to be booked, and it came in at the 89th minute, and I had Leipzig and both teams to score, and Cologne scored with the last header of the game off a corner. And then I had Porto to win and both teams to score, and they were 2-1 down, and then Sporting got a man sent off, and then it went 2-2 after 75 minutes, and Porto literally bombarded them and just couldn't get the winner. It was a disaster, and that was on top of us winning the obviously the normal bet, which I think there was another couple of late scores as well. I think the Sevilla goals were pretty late, and then the LB's leg was I think it was over 1.5. I think it was for was it Charleroi? I think or one of them Belgian teams, and
no, I think he just had the straight win. I think he left off the goals because it had.
Oh yeah, and then
they did. It ended up just being 1-0 with a late winner.
I think it was the 89th minute we scored. So
yeah.
It was all late activity, so it was between that Cologne and Sevilla a bit less so. But it was what would you say? It was a nerve-wracking night, but profitable in the end. But could have been glorious for me. But
at least we got the winner on the board. But as you said, PK, it would have been nice to get your bet up.
Yeah,
I don't know whether you saw it on Twitter today. Somebody had a £1 bet that was going to pay 120 grand. And was let down by 1 goal in the Europa League last night.
No way.
I don't know, it could have been, it was a mix of Europa and Europa Conference League. But he got something like 4 of the results correct, like predicting the scores.
Correct score, jeez.
Yeah. So it was like the Celtic game was probably the biggest one in there. The team there, I can't even remember the name of them, but they won 3-1. So to have that in was unreal. He had a draw in there, 2-2 draw in there, which came in as well. And then in the game that he needed a goal in, there was a ruled out goal by, I think it was VAR. So you'd be absolutely sick for a £1 stake being like, paying 120 grand and being let down by that. So like I sent a screenshot of it earlier. I'll post it up on our socials after the show, so everybody can see it. But yeah, very, very unlucky bet.
Yeah, I have it here in front of me. It was Marseille to win 3-1 against Qarabag. They won 3-1. It was Bodo Glimt to beat Celtic 3-1. That happened. 2-2 draw in the Leipzig Sociedad game, which happened, and I had Leipzig in 3 different bets, so that didn't suit me. And then he had Atalanta to beat Olympiacos 3-1, and they won 2-1. Which I mean, that was the least, or sorry, no, it was the second smallest odds, but it was 12-1, 14-1, 50-1 for the Celtic result, and 11-1. And he came within one goal of £120,000 off a pound. I mean, it's a ludicrous bet. Fair play to whoever put that on.
Yeah. I mean, I was saying earlier on in the group that I was sent into, I was like, must have had at least $5,000, maybe $10,000 of a cash out kind of coming into the 80th minute. No, even if you're waiting on 1 or 2 goals, you'd still have a massive cash out on that if you're anywhere in the ballpark, especially with like the outside results coming in. So
I think Qarabag scored pretty late in the Marseille game. I'm not sure how late, but I'm trying to remember. I'll check it now. But I'm pretty sure they scored a little bit late in it.
From my experience of that market, I've done a few trebles of correct scores before, and they don't tend to, because like even if you're sitting on the right, if the games are going on concurrently, and even if you're sitting on a team on the right score, like that can still go wrong any minute. You know what I mean? Like if he'd say Celtic to win 3-1, if they were up 3-1 after 70 minutes, it's probably more likely that there's going to be that it's not going to finish 3-1, you know, that sort of way, that another goal will come. The cash out on that market is never great.
Yeah, that's it. That's true. I've noticed that too. I doubt there was much, but looking at it here, like surely, I don't know, it's a thing in poker or whatever, but you like surely Bet365 will give them out something as a bad beat bonus, right? You can't get that.
You would hope so.
120,000 to 1 bet and get nothing for it. Jesus. Throw them 100 quid in free bets or something.
Yeah, but I'm sure it's happy enough like to be taking the quid off them. If they can get everybody doing those sort of bets, they'll be rich soon enough, you know.
Well, that's their bread and butter, right? But if someone gets one of them in, that's why we cheer. This was he can get another 119,999 wrong.
Exactly. Yeah. Any goals about the place, lads? I've been seeing a lot of suspensions.
No, I was just about to say there hasn't been a goal in ages in any of the games that we're tracking. It seems there's been plenty in the first division of the League of Ireland. I can see Waterford are up 3-0, LB's team, and Treaty are up 2-1 against Wexford, and Cork City are up 1-0. But it's very quiet in the games that we're tracking, and the Bundesliga game has gone into half-time as 1-0. I would say there's definitely going to be a couple of goals in the second half there, just based on the stats of the first half. And I just would say Mainz are going to go for that, 1-0 down. It's evens for 2 second-half goals. I'm kind of tempted to throw that into something, because I would definitely see a few goals coming.
Yeah, I've both teams to score in that game in a separate bet with the Spanish game, which isn't looking great, and Juventus to win -1, which has a chance. Obviously, Juventus.
Yeah, that's early enough in the Spain game. I mean, you'd obviously be happy with 1-0 half time to either side, but you've 15 minutes before half time for that anyway. So
yeah,
I think you're looking all right there. I definitely would see Man scoring in the second half in Bundesliga anyway.
A league that I usually look at, especially for the Friday evening games, is the Spanish second division, Segunda, and I was looking at that game and I was thinking to myself, the only bet that's really tempting me is both teams to score. Valladolid aren't as good away from home as they are at home. They're supremely good at home, but I didn't do it, and obviously it came in after 3 minutes, so that was great.
3 minutes, jeez, that's rough. It's still 1-1 there now, but God, that was a quick turnaround for anyone on that.
Yeah.
This Lille game, Gary, we're still waiting for your boy Jonathan David to get a shot on target.
Yeah, the game was being really, really scrappy.
That's it.
There was a a bit of a delay for an injury. Lille had to make a substitution there as well. So it hasn't really got going. Then there was another shout for a penalty. I think it was Yilmaz was claiming he got hit in the face, but it would have been a very soft penalty. So, yeah, a little bit of work to do, but we only need to win on target.
Does he take the penalties, David?
Yeah, I think so.
I think they rotated between him and Yilmaz, but I think he has the first dibs on them.
Yeah, I know Nunes takes the penalties for Benfica as well, so it's always it's actually gone suspended, the Benfica game, but it doesn't look as if maybe it is a penalty because it's just showing a shot off target for Benfica and it's suspended. So this would be good for me if it was a penalty. I know that Nunes does take them. He's scored like 8 goals in his last 5 away games. Oh, feck no, it's a yellow card for Benfica. So
yeah, I'm just watching it here. There's some guy threw back an arm, so maybe it's they're just doing it in case it's a red card. Oh no, it's not. It's not. It's he just came across him. There's nothing to it. It's a yellow card, and that's it.
Another comment in from James on Facebook, and he's saying he fancies the under 2.5 in the Juventus game. So I think we're against each other there, James. I've over 2.5 in that one. So we need Vlahovic to score as well for our bet. So fingers crossed Vlahovic can get
I was Juventus and over 1.5 and PK your Juventus -1. So 2-0 would do us there. And if it's Vlahovic got the second, 2-0 would still do us.
Absolutely perfect.
Yeah, but you've over 2.5 in that game, Gary, do you?
I thought I did. I'll just have to check. We have that many bets on.
So many bets on.
Actually, no, I left it out. I was going to do it, and then it was a goal, so I left it out.
Okay, so we're hoping for 2-0 there. Will suit everyone. Once it's Vlahovic that scores the second goal.
But I haven't done anything in that game.
Yeah, it's been a very quiet start to the games all around, Joe.
Yeah, it really has. Yeah, needs some Erste Divisie in the Netherlands for some.
That's it. I think we've been spoiled by the Dutch and Belgian football.
Yeah. I was looking last week actually because my pick last week, it wasn't for goals, it was just for Emmen to beat Almere, and it finished 0-0. Now, to be fair, I don't think Emmen dominated the game too much. I think it was I think it could have gone either way, but it is rare enough that you see a 0-0 in the Dutch too. But every other game, I think there was 8 games on, and all of the other games had both teams to score and over 2.5 goals. So I'm often tempted to do a bet like that across the whole league, like across the whole night of fixtures to back, over 1.5 in every match or over 2.5 in every match. But there always seems to be one game that would let you down in those bets. It's
I usually do one of those over 1.5 ACAs on a 3 o'clock on Saturday in the EFL.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating how close you come, on a regular basis, and then it ends up failing by. Usually, what happens is you get all the bets in apart from one, and the one that doesn't come in ends 0-0. That's the usual MO for me.
Yeah, there does just seem to be one that just doesn't get going at all. Like,
yeah, but they're a great entertainment for a $5 or a $10, and you do whatever 10 or 15 legs and just sit there and cheer on goals galore. I said you wouldn't want to be putting big stakes on it because they don't land that often, but they're good fun for when there's lots of football on.
Yeah, there's definitely 1 or 2 occasions in the season the Dutch 2 will have a night where every game has over 1.5 goals. But yeah, most weeks it's letting you down. There's going to be one team letting you down, so I kind of avoid it. I always keep an eye on it, just just keeping it in mind, kind of. But I haven't backed it now. It is a shame that whole division. I was trying to search for why the whole division was postponed. The news of it only came through today. I guess it could be the stormy weather. I don't think it could be anything COVID related, which obviously.
Yeah, I think it was the weather. Conservative with the weather. You look at what happened with Bournemouth there. You had Nottingham Forest fans traveling down all the way from Nottingham getting to the south coast and then it being abandoned. So they probably just did the sensible thing yesterday and cancelled it.
Well, it didn't seem to be announced until today, though. That's the thing. It certainly the betting sites had it all up until this evening, and I only saw postponed announcements coming through, kind of late afternoon, early evening today. So, but yeah, just across the board, yeah, every game cancelled. So I guess it is the weather that they're doing it for. But just disappointing for the old gambling anyway.
Yeah, for sure. And as we said, like I was really looking forward to that Bournemouth game. I thought it was going to be a cracking game. So it's just a pity that it's been called off. And I actually fancied the bet I had picked out for it as well. So, but hopefully the next one, the replay will be on a Friday night as well, and we can cover it on the show.
Yeah, no, you've been on such a good run with those English Friday night games. It's a shame to pause it, to have a break from it.
Exactly, yeah. Like the last 2 weeks has just been unlucky because I've had the game called off and then the player not starting. We're not playing at all last week, Milo. So yeah, a bit frustrating, but hopefully we can get back on the winning trail next week. James is in on Facebook saying that he has a small stake on Juventus correct score.
Benfica scored.
Who scored?
Benfica. Just trying to get it up here.
Oh, sweet. It's still suspended, so I don't know. Does that mean that they're looking at it? Or...
Very, very good. If it was your boy, Nunes, is it we're waiting for?
Yeah, Nunes is who we're hoping for. Yeah, yeah.
Let me see.
I can't see the back of his jersey.
Neither can I.
No, it begins with an S.
Yeah.
Not Nunes anyway.
Seems like a legit goal. So
I'm actually going to be going to a
it's Tarad.
Trapped, the boy who used to play for
it's not Adal Trapped
for QPR.
Oh yeah. My God.
See there now.
Yeah, it is not. What a goal.
Yeah, it's a good finish.
Good goal. Geez, I thought Adal Trapp was retired, but
so did I.
He's honestly one of the best players I've ever seen live. And I've seen a lot of good, like I went to see Barcelona when Messi and Ronaldinho and stuff were playing for them. But Taarabt, on his day.
What nationality? Is he Portuguese, is he?
No, I think he's Algerian.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah.
But he's just a bit of a head case. Like, I know when he lived in London, he basically was just out boozing and eating shit food, and so he was like constantly overweight and didn't want to train.
Just a bit of a renegade.
Yeah, so the managers used to have to like baby him along to get him to play. Like if you look at Neil Warnock, I know he did an interview, and basically Taarabt was like, Joe, you're just going to make a scapegoat out of me, and if I play well, you won't give me enough credit. I play badly, you'll drop me. And Warnock just turned around and said, listen, I promise you now, I'll play you every game if you put effort in. And, you don't have to train properly. You don't have to do anything. Just play properly in the games. He said he went on a run of scoring a couple of goals and just basically got them promoted. Yeah, he's just a bit of a head case, but unbelievably talented.
Has all the talent, not the commitment.
Yeah, my mother is just had her commenting in on Facebook as well, saying "Come on, Shelbourne," but unfortunately they're 1-0 down, so need all the support they can get in the second half. But thanks for the comment anyway. They're just showing the goal back again here. It was actually a worldie into the top corner, so you can never be too disappointed when a goal like that scored against you. But considering how much I dislike Pats, even the good goals hurt.
A lot of these games are half time now. Wigan Rotherham is 1-0 half time. Juventus is 1-0 half time. Elche Vallecano is heading toward half time 0-0, and Lille Metz is heading toward half time 0-0 as well. Very, very low scoring half of games. Hopefully that'll balance out with a goal-orama second half, and we can get on some in play betting.
Yeah, just if you are betting in play, I have been watching the Lille match here, And Jose Font is getting a very, very long talking to off the referee, but he hasn't been carded. So that might be a card angle for the second half. I'm just going to go in and see what he is to be carded, see if the bookies kind of adjusted it for that length of he was 11-4, which to me looks like a decent bet. He's probably...
You've made some good card calls on shows lately as well, but I think we've always had them.
You're sounding surprised, lads.
Oh no, I'm just pointing it out. I'm always surprised, but no, just they've always been wrapped up in the bet builder bets. But the card element, you've always had like good justification for it, and it's come in a few times lately. So I'm not gonna make the mistake of not getting on this or getting on it with any, who's it, Jose Fonte?
Yeah, Jose Font, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get on that straight. Because you've been calling those well.
Yeah, I'm actually going to do a bet builder in that game. So
I'm seeing 7-1 here on Bet365
for a Jose Font yellow card.
Yeah.
Oh God, I wish I had
a mortgage on that.
Bet365 account. It's definitely not a red card you're looking at, is it?
That's what I'm trying to figure out here now. If this is, I'm looking at this right. Let me just go down through the markets again.
God, that's some disparity. No, I'm even looking here. There's only like one.
He's 80-1 to be sent off. He's 7-1 to get a booking. What price did you get, Gary?
7-2.
I got 11-4.
Which I don't know. Sorry, 11-4. Yeah.
Oh right, I'm taking this then. So.
Yeah, and I said like the ref had a good 4-minute conversation with him. So he's definitely on the radar. I've just pulled the trigger on a bet builder there. So it's Lille to win, David 2 shots on target, or just any time shots on target, and Font to be booked. So it's 25-1. So
this could be no. Lille turned the ball over well up the pitch there, but some guy shot wide, or is it a corner? That's a corner.
God, like that 7-1 seems ridiculous unless he gets subbed off. Like,
yeah, I'm not sure.
But like the fact that he's about 50 as well, just means that he can make a mistake at any time. So,
I suppose it's the lack of attack in football out of Metz maybe too is factored in because they're not exactly doing a whole pile from what I've seen. But yeah, I have him there. What's it font? 7-1. Yeah.
James has just made a cracking point on Twitter as well. So we're talking about Adel Taarabt, and he's basically saying it sounds like Balotelli the way we're describing him. A lot of talent, but a bit of an idiot. Like so.
It's true. And what was the guy as well that was at West Ham and Ravel Morrison, was it?
Yeah, Ravel Morrison, yeah. Because he's actually doing all right at Derby these days now under Wayne Rooney.
He's probably a bit older and a bit smarter now. But when he was coming through the youth ranks, he was a bit of a prodigy, but went a bit AWOL on with regards to his attitude and stuff, right?
Yeah, I think most West Ham fans still kind of remember him for the goal he scored against Tottenham in White Hart Lane one year. I forget the year it was, but he basically got the ball to halfway line, dribbled by 4 or 5 players and put it in the corner. So, on his day, he was great, but it seems to come like with that super talent that some people would just kind of have mental frailties or whatever, like, I wonder how it works out.
That Bundesliga game is 6-4 now for two more goals. It's just 53 minutes, and there's been plenty of chances from both teams again in the early part of the second half. So I'm getting on that. It seems good value.
I see, Gary, it's 1-0 Shams now, for one of your bets, right?
Yep, I need over 2.5 in that game. So for anybody who doesn't know League of Ireland, Shams or Shamrock Rovers. So I've over 2.5 in that. But the Lille game is killing me in all my bets. Like it's 0-0 there, and I've either shots on target or goals bets. So I need that game to liven up ASAP, but it looks like it's just going to go into the halftime break. So it's going to kill our bet builder, or our bet for tonight, or treble for tonight, and the giveaway. But hopefully, you can get some redemption in the second half.
Yeah, that's a shame when you're kind of forced to change your bet and come up with a new one last minute because of that Bournemouth game being called off. It was always going to be tricky. You don't have as much time to kind of research it for the giveaway bet. But
yeah, in hindsight, probably should have gone for something in the Wigan game. Stick with what you know and all that. But I did fancy David, and he's never let me down previously. So
you got to go with your gut too in those situations. Like, yeah,
sorry, it's 2-0 to Benfica now, lads.
Yeah, that's good for the both teams to score. Bet, I mean, obviously need Boavista to score, but plenty of time for that.
Not Nunes now after me ruining the bet with Jonathan David. So
that's true. It doesn't really make a huge difference. I mean, I'll still be happy for my shout to come in, of course, but yeah, it won't be any good. It won't do our bet any good. I don't know if you saw who did score it. Did you? It hasn't come up here yet.
Grimaldi.
Who was it, PK?
Grimaldi is what it says.
Oh yeah, it's saying that. Yeah, defender. But it's VAR is in progress there anyway, and that, so it might actually be brought back.
I don't see what it could be for VAR though, unless there was like an offside really far in the build-up. Yeah, it looks like
an offside for the assist, is it?
Because it would be like an assist of an assist, like, you know, it's
okay,
well back in the move, but the odds are 1-50, so they're back playing now, so it's not going to be ruled out.
Dangerous free kick in the Mainz scored. Nice one. There's my both teams to score in part of that bet.
Oh sweet, did they score? Brilliant. I was just
it's a great free kick.
Over 2.5. That's class, because I had just got on the first half goal. Well, I was on it about 10 minutes, but I just kind of had announced it on the stream when Leverkusen scored, and I've only announced it a couple of minutes ago, over 2.5. Only got on it a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah, there's definitely more goals in that game too, judging by the stats.
They've both had plenty of chances. Definitely another goal there. Now it's only 2-5 for another goal there. Now 7-4 if you fancy two more goals. But
that's a quality free kick. Badly set up ball by the looks of things though, but it's still a quality finish.
Well, it looks like that Benfica goal stuck anyway, so it's
it did.
2-0 there, which is going to worry James, who I think was telling us he's on Benfica to win and under 3.5.
I think it is.
Still room.
Yeah, still room. So, one more goal and then it's going to start getting squeaky bum time. But
yeah,
you imagine Benfica take the foot off the gas now, though.
But that's the thing, though. Yeah, it's often the case like that, and there's a couple early goals, but then it does simmer down.
Speaking of games that have gone 2-0, we called the Shamrock Rovers game perfectly. Anyway, they've gone 2-0 up, so they scored kind of the 40th minute and the 41st or 45th minute. So we said as soon as they got a goal, things would open up and they'd probably win 4 or 5-0. So that over 2.5 looks decent.
Yeah, that was a great shout.
I really need an early goal in Lille Metz. So my bet was both teams to score in Rotherham, Wigan, over 2.5 in Lille Metz and over 2.5 in Shamrock Rovers UCD. So the Rovers game is practically in. Rotherham should be fighting back against Wigan in the second half. So it's really coming down to the French game. So fingers crossed I can get on that.
Oh, Benfica have a good chance again. I think that's going to go suspended, is it?
Yeah, it's VAR again, but it's gone 3-0. So
wow, that was quick. All right, James. Now you should start doubting your bet.
And now you're under pressure.
Now your bet doesn't look great, buddy.
No, I wouldn't.
It's
have
probably
been
the first bet in a long time that James has called out that hasn't come in. That's if there is another goal. So.
It is offside anyway, is it?
Yeah, it looks offside.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gotta be
no. He's not part of the first thing. No, this will probably stand. He's offside when the ball is played to another guy. This is a tough one. I don't know how they interpret the rules. Oh, it's taken away in flash score, and yeah.
Oh, it's gone 2-1 to Mainz now as well. So that over 2.5 came in pretty
nice.
Pretty comfortably.
I said after that goal that there was more goals in that game, but
I had 20 on that now at 6-4, so that's put my kind of roller for the night up to 50. So I need to keep an eye for something, another evens bet there, try to get up to 100.
I think this goal is going to be taken off here. It's still suspended.
I'm trying to see a replay.
I was thinking for my own bet, I have both teams to score in that match, Benfica to win and both teams to score. So I'd kind of prefer if it goes 3-0 or 4-0, Boavista could just pack it in and not even be trying to get back into the game. I'd be happier if it does go back to 2-0. It looks like it has anyway, right? It's
it's offside.
For offside, yeah.
Might get on another first half goal in that game, the way it's going.
Yeah, 10 minutes, plenty of chances, yeah. In fairness, Boavista have had a few chances themselves there in their early part of that half.
It's 2-1 for another first half goal. I'm going to throw a pen on it and I'm going to roll this if it comes in a bit like you, Slats, because I think there's, looking around, I think there's value in a lot of the second halves. I think that Cartagena Valladolid game, the stats are suggesting that that's just an all-out attacking war there.
That's 2-1 now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think over 2.5 in the second half there isn't a bad bet.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Well, judging by the stats, and
I just find sometimes those first halves that have plenty of goals and plenty of shots, they can kind of calm down. Then the second half, it doesn't always match what went down in the first half.
Sometimes break ruins it. Like
seeing VAR in Germany here too.
Yeah, is that for the goal to put it 2-1, or is there another goal after coming at the review?
Or is it a penalty? Or is it a red card thing?
It says video ref reviewing goal. But I feel like it's gone back to 1. Oh geez, they took a while to review that.
Yeah, that was a long one.
I was already looking for my next bet to put my winnings on to. It's bloody gone back to 1. Still plenty of time for over 2.5. But
I'm going to get on something in that now.
That's disappointing
too.
Yeah, it's 1-2 there now for another goal. So,
I think that's free money.
Yeah, it seems very likely. It's only that curse of a disallowed goal that you'd be worried about.
Back underway in the most important game of the evening, the Shelbourne versus St. Pat's Dublin derby. So Shells are actually playing all right, considering it's their first kind of game in the Premier Division. They've been getting the ball down and playing a bit of decent football, so quite confident they can come back into this. Not quite ready to put my money where my mouth is, but as the game takes on, that might be a bet to be had.
And how's Zarboy getting on there? Any chances for him to score?
No, like he's kind of a sitting midfielder, but he's playing very well. Just he's going to need a ball to like pop out from the box, whipped in,
hence the 25-1 odds that we got from.
Yeah, but he'll take the odd free kick as well. So I don't think it's a dead bet. Just he hasn't had any chances as of yet, and he'll probably as the half goes on, they're gonna have to kind of throw caution to the wind, and that's probably when he'll pop up if he's gonna pop up.
Yeah, I'm just watching Simon Zebo going in for his second try of the night for Munster. They're playing Edinburgh down in Thomond. But
so James is making a couple of bold calls here. So he's saying that Juve won't score another goal in that game. So he's pretty confident that it's going to be a low scoring affair. He's done a in-play treble. So Juve under 1.5 goals. Mainz, Leverkusen 2-2 correct score and Lille to win. So that must play a decent amount, especially the correct score, James. So what's that? Probably about 30-1, I'd say. Just trying to clock it up in my head.
Yeah, easily. Yeah, I'd say could. Yeah.
PK, did you go under a goal in Benfica?
Yeah,
it's just being a goal, so it's at VAR at the minute. But
yeah, I did 2-1. It was. I only put a tenner on it, but I'll take it. Oh, it's
for
offside again.
For what?
It's offside again, is it?
Yeah. This one didn't take as long. It was an easy enough review.
was ruled out, was it?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's them Portuguese games keep us on our toes, don't they?
They certainly do.
So I was saying earlier on, I got interrupted by some action in one of the games, but I'm actually going to a Portuguese game in 2 weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm off to Lisbon the 5th of March, and Sporting Lisbon are on to their game to get the team that they're playing. It's not one of the big teams, so I'll check it out now. I'll remember when I see it, but yeah, looking forward to it. Just seeing what the standard is. So
Did Slash just crack open his can of Magners? He did.
Think so.
Yeah,
but you know things are getting serious.
That's when now shit's about to go down. There's goals coming in. There's goals going to come in left, right, and center. I can smell it in the apples. The fermented apples.
I'm just looking at
Sporting versus Estoril. So Estoril are 7th in the league, so they're not terrible. So
no, that's a decent game to get to.
I'm just looking at Juve here. Like 4 of their last 5 home games finished 2-0. In hindsight, now it's seeming like that would have been a good shout for a correct score there. I was just looking at it because James was saying he reckons it'll stay 1-0, but there's a lot of time left there for Juve to score again. It could well, certainly early in the season, Juve definitely went on a run of a lot of 1-0 victories, but they seem to be scoring a bit more recently anyway.
Sorry if anybody's seen me nearly falling off my chair there. Shell's nearly scored. So if they do score, there'll be a yelp out of me, so beware.
It looks like they've been dominating since halftime.
You're well on top, man. They've had 2 or 3, one really good chance and 2 or 3 half chances. So
yeah, I'd be tempted to back them to score. I'm still waiting for this 3rd goal in the Bundesliga match. So if that does come off for me, I'm going to be trying to get onto something else, but I'm going to sit on that now for a while and just watch that one come in, or hopefully come in.
Vlahovic seems to be disappointing in the Juve game. I've only watched slight bits of it, but
I think Juve have been disappointing in most regards in that one.
Yeah, I haven't been looking at the stats. Like, they've had plenty of shots. Has Vlahovic had many of those shots? Do you know, or it doesn't look like he's had any?
No, he hasn't.
Yeah.
There's a suspension in the game now, though.
In the Juve game, I'm not seeing it suspended myself.
Yeah, when I clicked into it, it went away. It was shown as suspended on the goal scorer bet. So.
Oh, yeah, that is. But they suspend that. It's just that it was a free kick to Juve. I don't even think a dangerous free kick, just one that they could have sent into the box. Yeah, that market's back. They're very cautious with that market for some reason. I don't really know why. I mean, is there a lot of people get on a player to score any time when there's like a free kick or a corner or something? So they do tend to freeze that market quite a bit more than the other markets.
Sorry, my heart was in my mouth there because Shells gave away a very dangerous free kick, but it's come to nothing. So the nervous tension. So PK, have you got any in-play angles for the second half of these games?
I think the German game has gone a bit quiet, but I think there'll be another goal there. There's still 20 minutes left, and then
it's nearly evens now for another goal there.
Yeah, and then it is nearly evens.
Well, it's 4-5 on Bet365 for another goal. I'd say if you were on the Betfair exchange, you'd probably be getting about 1.9.
Yeah, there's not a whole, but the other Spanish game as well, the second division, the Cartagena Valladolid, I think will have a couple of second half goals.
Yeah, that's just kicked off now, the Spanish Segunda.
I do think Lille will win too. I haven't watched a good bit of the first half, like they've dominated. But
who would you go for in the Mainz Leverkusen game, PK?
to win?
Well, just a bet.
I think Mainz have had a lot of that. From the bits I've watched, Mainz have had a lot of the better chances. And obviously they've had a goal ruled out to go 2-1 up. Both teams are about 3-1, so I don't know if there's altogether that much value there anyway.
No, it looks like the sort of game that could go either way, doesn't it?
Yeah. I just want another goal, really. No
Any
investment.
goal will do.
Grant, I'm going to leave it alone because you're not too confident. So
Yeah.
I've just done a treble. So I think Shells are getting to a decent price based on how they're playing for a draw. So Shells are 11-4 for the draw. So back then, I've also gone for the draw in the Rotherham Wigan game. That's 2-1. I've gone for Lille to win. And that treble pays 24-1. So
Nice. Savage was it's not in his Liga article for the weekend. Savage has a Liga article if anyone wants to check it out on the Sports Rundown website. But he did just suggest to us that he fancied Elche would win tonight, more based on Rayo Vallecano being very poor on the road, as much as anything. So they're 3-1 now. They were 2-1 at the start of the game. They're 3-1 now at half time. It looks like it's been a quiet enough first half anyway, but it's just another angle. If somebody was looking for something to get on, like that's a good booster if you were looking for a kind of a long shot back in the second half. You could throw that in there, 3-1.
yeah, sounds like a decent bet.
Yeah, the other game, it's 2-1 to it's 2-1 to I think Valladolid, but Valladolid, like they're Jekyll and Hyde. They're very good at home, not so good away from home. So I'm not sure what price they are, but Cartagena double chance is probably a bet too. I'll take a look at that in 5 minutes. But
Double chance, they're 7-4 at the moment.
okay, that's a bet.
Seems decent, yeah. It's been a fairly balanced game, so you would think a draw there looks quite likely. And yeah, like you're saying, Valladolid not great away from home. You would think they're likely to concede again. It's a Cartagena corner right now, so that could come in. It could come in any minute. Yeah, plenty of time left as well, like for more action there for Cartagena to get themselves back into that game.
Oh, Bayer Leverkusen scored. Better stick. Don't be offside.
Nice one. I'm not going to jump the gun now because I thought my money was in my pocket.
No, this is definitely a good. I've just watched it. There's nothing wrong with this. There's no offside.
It's not suspended or anything anyway. So yeah, that's good.
Heartbreaking.
Like I said, Gary, I fancy Bayer Leverkusen to score next.
Well, you were asking about Mans, weren't you? So I'm glad we didn't suggest that they were a good bet anyway.
Yeah, I don't see mine sitting back now either, though. Taking that, this is worth it. This is worth dabbling in again, I think. So
yeah, it's evens for another goal there. So 15 minutes left. I'm not going to push my luck on it because I'd backed over 2.5. I don't want to just put all of that straight back. Oh, excuse me, on over 3.5. But I would fancy it at the same time. It's gone suspended here again. There's definitely no way that's not. Oh no, it's all right.
No, I didn't see anything.
No, it's back from suspension. Yeah.
Our Ave Davern bet is gone anyway, and so is my draw bet because Pats just scored a goal on the counter attack, so it's 2-0 now.
Feck. That's disappointing, no.
Although Shoot. Should have gone back to 2-1 there. Frustrating.
If I had a bit more time, I was considering getting on more goals in that game.
Torino equalised against Juventus.
Oh, geez, that's not good for your bet, PK. It actually might be a good thing for my bet because I've Juventus and over 1.5. I must check that because I have a treble going on and I can't think of what the third leg of it is. I have a feeling it's not doing well. Oh, sorry, yeah. So I've Juventus to win and over 1.5. I've Elche to win. I've Benfica to win and both teams to score. Yeah, that's not looking too bad. I mean, I need Elche and Juventus both to win, and I need Boavista to get a goal, but there's plenty of time for that. I do think Torino scoring is probably a good thing for that bet because Juventus do have the ability to just sit on a 1-goal lead.
Yeah, there's loads of time left in that game too, so I wouldn't go reading too much into it.
Hopefully for your sake, PK, they go up and get a few because you have the -1, isn't it?
I just did a treble there too. I've done Cartagena double chance. I've done another goal in the Leverkusen game, and I've done another goal in the Northern Irish Premier League, which is at 8-11 in the Larne Glentoran game. So,
is it still 1-0 that Northern Irish game? Is it?
Yep. Yeah, 8-11 there with 25 minutes left. So,
are you looking at have you been watching that? Or are you getting stats from anywhere? Bet365 are only showing that there's been 3 shots in total in that game.
Them Northern Irish games are great for second half goals. I just throw them in when they're on.
And Glentoran are great for goals as well, but
I'm not gonna lie. So I'm just that's like it's a small punt treble. I think it pays like 9-1. So I mean it's no major confidence in it, but still just a punt all the same.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm looking for an evens shot now to roll onto. So if you see anything that's looking good,
does it have to be evens?
No, it can be better than evens if you want, just something that you're feeling very confident about.
Okay, let me have a look.
Yeah, another goal in the Juventus game. That's 4-6. Juventus to win is 7-4, but given it's a derby match and Torino have come back into it, and I'm not going to trust it. I would fancy another goal in the Bundesliga, but I'm just not going to push my luck on it.
Torino actually seem to be well on top in this game, judging by stats and watching how they're controlling the ball too.
I've had to reload there, and I'm just going on. The only one I know anything about really is the Wigan game, so I'm going for a draw on that game again because Shells are going to shaft my other bet. So it's the draw in the Wigan game, Juventus to win and Lille to win is 18-1. So,
jeez.
David had a chance there. Nearly went.
Did he?
Torino nearly scored again. Jeez. They're all over Juventus here.
God, I wonder is it worth going for another goal there either direction. If Torino were going for it, you'd definitely fancy someone to score, that sort of way.
Yeah, Vallecano have scored. Rayo Vallecano against Elche, so it's 1-0 there.
Sugar.
Yeah.
I was hoping for Elche to win there. It's also still suspended in the way the goals have been going tonight.
No, it looks like a deflected kind of thing from outside the box, so I don't see how this one will get chopped off.
Right. Yeah.
I haven't seen the replay.
Sometimes they just take a while to reopen the markets after a goal just to balance their books or whatever.
Probably wise to do now when VAR is around and just not automatically give goals or not open up markets for after.
Yeah, well, Betfair have a thing where they're kind of marketing heavily that they keep their bets open, but what they do is, like, if you put a bet on while there's a VAR decision going on, they'll just take the money back off you. Like, they'll void the bet if it happened in between the VAR being called, like the goal being scored. And
really? I didn't know they were doing that now.
It seems so pointless, though.
Yeah. Yeah, it's mad because you see they still have the overs bets. Now say if it's 0-0 and there's a goal, the over 0.5 goals market will be suspended. You can't bet on that, but you could still bet on over 1.5 on the basis that there hasn't been any goal scored. You know what I mean? The odds will still be that good, but if you get on it for that period and the goal is disallowed, or sorry, it'll be the unders you'd be getting on. They have the over 1.5 as if the goal has gone in. So if you got on the unders and the goal was disallowed, they'd be taking that money back off you. Like,
yeah, I hear you. That
goal was given anyway to Vallecano one. So 1-0 there. Yeah, I might see about Nunes for a shot on target, maybe.
My ref. How can you not give a penalty there? Sorry, Shell should have had a penalty.
There's never a penalty, Gary.
No, actually wasn't. But take the free kick anyway.
I'm not even watching, but I'm just saying it.
No, it looked in real time, but it was outside the box. I say real time. I'm probably about 5 minutes behind on the stream, but like the Lille game is 55 minutes in and there hasn't been a shot on target, which is a disgrace.
It is a disgrace.
We commented on YouTube from John Fiddler. He hello and good evening. He just says to us and
good evening,
to you too, John.
Any bets going yourself, John? We're trying to make a few quid off some in-play bets here. We've a couple of ACCAs and single bets going. So if you've any bets going yourself or any suggestions for bets, let us know.
Yeah, Gary, Jose Font would want to hurry up and get booked too.
I know, yeah. But that's what you want. You want, because I think Metz would be happy enough to draw. So you want Lille to go ahead and then Metz to be like pushing for it. So, because I don't think they're going to push for the win. Like,
no.
Maybe a counter attack might do it. But
do we have a penalty here? No. Might be a penalty review in the Leverkusen game. It looked like a penalty.
It's suspended anyway.
It should be. It's not suspended with me just yet, but it looks like a penalty.
For Mainz, is it?
Yeah.
Wasn't James saying he was back in the correct scoreline as 2-2 in that match when it was 1-1?
Yeah, but his bet. So he did a treble on Lille to win 2-2 on that game, but he had under 1.5 goals in Juve. That's wrecked it, like.
Sick, no.
And the Torino goal wrecking it as well is just sick, like.
It's a goal anyhow to Mainz. I don't know where this is coming from now. They're still in review. It's play on, and they scored directly from the throw-in. No penalty scored from
no penalty given, and then they just scored anyway. That's mad.
Yeah, it got bobbed around off the corner, and then the great finish from the edge of the box. It's a quality.
The way that game has gone, it's almost come too early for a 2-2 finish. You could see a winner coming there now, couldn't you? Like with whatever 7 minutes left.
Don't tell me my two parts of my treble that I just announced are in, because Glentoran have scored and Mainz has scored for that. So I'm just waiting on Cartagena double chance there for whatever that is, a 19-1 shot.
Jesus, that's
lovely. Oh no, sorry, it's not. It's a 9-1.
Still not as nice. It's a bit disappointing now that you said 19 first, but
yeah,
if you just said 9-1, I would have been impressed.
Just putting double his normal stake on it.
2 legs. 2 legs in 1 minute. I'm happy enough.
It looks like there's been plenty more chances and more of them coming for Cartagena in that second half so far, right?
I do know that it was an open game and that Valladolid are not very good on the road, so I decided to throw it in there. But
yeah, it's still only 1-3 for another goal in that match. For some reason, I was kind of thinking maybe I'd get that at around evens, but obviously the bookies aren't that stupid.
James is given the flames for Mainz, so we must have had it in a single as well.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been pretty good odds just as a single bet for sure.
There's plenty left in the game.
In the Shelbourne game, Ave Dervin is just lining up a free kick. If it goes in the top corner, it'll be sick. It's deflected off the wall out for a corner though.
Jeez, if he takes their direct free kicks, like, does he?
Yeah, he takes some of them. Like that was probably 30 yards out, so it would have had to be a very, very good free kick, but took it anyway. Wasn't the best free kick I've ever seen, but we'll let him away with it.
Oh, we have another. Oh no, we don't. Sorry, my bad. It was just a good chance. I'm looking at late notifications here, I think. But Mainz are all over Bayer Leverkusen here, so I wouldn't be surprised if there was another goal in this too. Still only 5 minutes left, but it's probably good value for another goal in there, is it?
Yeah, what is it? 12-5 for another goal. It'll be 3-1 very shortly. 5-2 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just has the feel of a game that could have a late winner, unless the dynamic of it is that they'll both kind of not want to risk anything and accept the draw the way the game has gone. Mainz have come from behind twice, so you think they maybe would settle for the draw. It just has a feel of a game that could have another goal, though.
Yeah, it definitely does.
This Benfica game hasn't kicked off again. I was going to see what Nunes was for a shot on target. You'd expect he'd be probably above evens or close to 2-1 going into the second half. But
Vlahovic just went off for Juventus, so that part of the bet is dead.
Go on.
Shelbourne related, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Lovely counter-attack. Got a long ball over the top, caught the defence napping, goes through, and the ball just bounced right. You caught it well, went like shoot from the 18-yard box and was going for a top corner. I'd say it's 5 inches over the bar. But he could have taken another touch as well. He probably took the shot too early. Suspension in Mainz Leverkusen there, PK. Is it?
Yeah, it's going to be Mainz too.
3-2.
Yep. Told you Mainz earlier, didn't I, Gary?
You actually did, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, we were saying it looked like that 2-2 came a bit early. It did feel like there was going to be a late one there. It probably would have just been about 3-1 as well, wouldn't it? It's 10-3 now for another, so it would have been about 3-1. Zebo just went in for his hat-trick there for Munster against Edinburgh. Bonus point win. Happy with that on a Friday night.
Yeah, nice one.
Yeah, because Edinburgh had stayed in it. They were only a try behind. It was 27-20 with about 5 minutes left. So that's kind of sealed the win. Got the bonus point try and a hat-trick for Zebo. Happy days. But back to betting.
Yeah, looking at the football, like Lille are kind of dominating this game now. They're 6-5. I'm wondering, do start kind of getting a bit lumpy with them?
I mean, they are absolutely dominating, but they haven't even had a shot on target yet either. So
I know, but they are like.
Is it going to be that thing where when they finally hit the target, it's going to be a goal? Like their first shot on target will just be a goal?
It's one of them frustrating nights, and then eventually it just clicks. Yeah.
Yeah. All the other stats, like if you looked at all of the stats other than shots on target and scoreline, you would think they're winning that game. Like. What about
every shot they take? Just like someone falls over, slips, it's just or like the defenders block it. Yilmaz had a shot there from the edge of the box, and I'd say it went about 1 mile an hour wide. Like,
just everyone watching it trickle wide.
That Juve game is quieting down a bit.
Yeah, I'm actually keeping an eye on him here. But
I wouldn't fancy. I was like thinking of getting on Juve a while ago, but geez, I wouldn't be going near it. I wouldn't even be going for another goal at this stage. Maybe there will be one, but
it's not looking likely. It's gone
Nah,
scrappy too. So.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any value in it anyway.
I was going to say, James has gone from giving Mainz the Flames to FFS Mainz into the comments. So I'm assuming he had the 2-2 draw.
That's a sickener to get on it. But
I suppose that justifies what we were saying earlier on, Slats, when you were saying the results can be dodgy, you know, even if you're sitting on the right results.
Yeah, and the cash out reflects that as well. Like, and that came quite late. You know, I was kind of talking about if after 70 minutes it's 3-1 and you've backed 3-1, you've had a long time to sit on that for. But geez, that only went 2-2 on around 83 minutes. So Lille game is suspended here, but it looks like a Metz attack. So I don't know. I can't see what's going on, but it's suspended anyway. Don't know if either you're watching that. No, it's come off suspended.
It's a VAR for handball, but it wasn't a handball.
Ah, right.
But it was a Metz attack, and the review was against the Lille defender, but it was just flicked up on him and more hit him in the groin than the hand.
God, it's only 1-2 for another goal in that Cartagena game. 24 minutes left. I'm gonna give it another 5 minutes. There's been plenty of chances for both sides this half.
Rotherham have scored.
Oh, nice! That was good for both teams to score. Shout there, Gary.
Yeah. So
back to draw as well, right?
So I've back to draw. So I need a Lille winner and a Juventus winner for that treble. So I think it was 18-1 treble that I put on. So yeah, nice to get that.
You didn't need both teams to score anything.
Are you sure Rotherham have scored? It might be disallowed, is it?
Oh, maybe. I got a notification on it anyway.
It's showing it on Bet365 still as and like the draw is now 8-15. So
there's no reviews there, so it's
It's so they've been showing us 3-1 on Betfair.
Yeah, what's 3-1?
Oh, sorry, it's a draw. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, they're 1-1. So
but it still hasn't shown. Yeah, it hasn't shown up on their little
they're often slow. The kind of time bar, is it?
Yeah, it's come up now.
Yeah, they're Betfair are very slow to update that sometimes, and it can be a killer. Like it could still show 1-0 and no goal along the time bar, and you'd be going, Jesus, how are Wigan, 3-1 to win this match when they're up 1-0 and 15 minutes to go? You have to be wide of that with Betfair. They don't update that data that quickly.
Yeah, I actually find the Betfair functionality, like I find their graphics the best for putting on a bet. I like their functionality that way. Yeah. But their actual game tracking functionality, it's gone so slow and so unreliable.
Yeah, it's poor.
Annoying. Oh my God. I actually don't know how Shells are losing this game, especially losing 2-0. They've had so many good chances and so much of their possession. It's ridiculous.
There's been a bit of a slowdown now after a few goals there in the German game, but that game is pretty much over.
Yeah, that's well into injury time now. 4 of the 5 minutes of injury time have been played. There's been feck all happening in the Juventus game, but Torino have had a good bit more of the possession and more of the territory and more corners and everything. Like it looks as if anyone was going to win that game, it would have been Torino.
Yeah, I'm watching it here, and I feel the same.
Yeah, the Cartagena game is quieting down a little in the last 5 minutes, but there had been plenty of shots, in that game, and even in the second half, it's just quieting down in the last while. And the Elche game has gone very quiet since Vallecano went up 1-0. So yeah, a lot of those main games, and I think there still hasn't been a shot on target in that Lille Metz game. Lille are 6-4. They have been dominating the other stats, but I don't think I'd be going on that now.
There was a controversial one there for a shot on target. I think it was actually David. It's just whether the defender. Oh, he did get a shot on target there, yeah.
Did he really? You have
yeah,
him for 2 in your bet builder, do you?
Yeah, so Lille to win, David 2 shots on target, and Font to be carded. So if Font gets carded or David scores pretty soon, it'll be an interesting finish.
Yeah, the Benfica game is suspended again. Probably just another disallowed goal.
Dermot just said on YouTube that Ben Arfa surely opens this up. So I just seen Ben Arfa's come on now for Lille. They must be going for it. You feel like it's the kind of game they're not going to lose, so there's no value in them leaving it out there, right, and just not going for it.
Yeah, Metz did have a few chances themselves there in the last 5 minutes or so, but yeah, I just think 13-8. There's not huge value on back in Lille if when they haven't hit the bloody target yet. The Cartagena game is 4-6 for another goal. I'm tempted to get on that. It feels like there's still going to be some bit of action there before the final whistle. Yeah. But I'm going to wait for it to go to evens and see if the shots are still coming.
Juve have a corner here. They've had this too. They had a corner just before it. I mean, there's been 16 corners in this game, which leads you to believe there's been a lot of chances, but there's only been 3 shots on target each.
Yeah, well, 10 shots in total each is probably a reasonable amount for an entertaining game.
Yeah. Oh, he nearly scored direct from the corner. Keeper just got it at the post, yeah.
It's looking like David got 2 shots on target. So in the stats, it's still only saying 1. But in my bet builder, they've settled it as a winning leg. So not too sure what's going on there, but I'll take it if it's true.
Really? Shots on? I didn't know there was any shots. Last time I checked, there was no shots on target still in that game.
Yeah, I said I saw him get 1, but they've settled it as a winner in my bet builder. So it's saying I just need Lille to win and Font to be carded. So
that's mad. Yeah, Bet365 is still showing no shots there, but we have often seen discrepancies between the shots stats on Betfair and Bet365.
Yeah, I wouldn't take it as a given on that basis. They do sometimes get that very wrong.
Has Fante been up to any antics in the second half that could,
Not really. Metz haven't been that good in the second half, to be honest. So they haven't really put him under that much pressure from what I've seen.
Cartagena goal.
Shit, yeah, I bloody was just going into it on Bet365. Great for your bet, for the double chance, but
yep.
I was just sitting on it waiting for it to go to evens. It was like 4-5. I was going to have a look on the exchange. It came a little too early for me. Was that a single bet, PK, or is that part of a double?
That's part of the treble. It's the last leg of the goals.
Oh, you had the first 2 come in already. That was the 9-1 shot, right?
Yeah. So
lovely stuff. Well, I mean, obviously they still need to cling on for 15 minutes, but
yeah, well, it's there anyway. It's better than.
Yeah, it's still suspended, by the way, on Bet365. Did you see the goal itself? Is there any reason?
Nothing wrong with it.
No, them just been slow opening the markets again.
Yeah, that's it. It's
nice one. Oh yeah, the odds are back up on Betfair and Bet365 now. I wish I'd pulled the trigger on that a little earlier. It's only really and Larn went up 2-1 as well, actually. So you would
seen that. There might be another one there, but as you said, Glentoran are usually good on the road. No, there's not enough time there to be worrying about that.
No, it's nearly over now. But it just makes your bet look a bit bit more comfortable when there was 2 more goals after when you needed 1.
Yeah.
Have you been watching Juventus, PK?
Yeah. Juventus are on top now. There's only 5 minutes left though, but they are pressing. So, I'm just gonna watch the last 5 minutes of this, and then I'll switch over to probably the Benfica game.
I see it's 7-2 for 1 more goal, which looks big. I know there's only 5 minutes left, but late winner in a derby usually happens.
Yeah, there's been stranger things happen. All right, it's not a bad price. Like Juve are pressing here.
Yeah, they've kind of dominated the last 5-10 minutes, haven't they, Juve?
Yeah, they're in and around the box here now as well. So
yeah, I'm just going to see what they are on the exchange. I might just put a small bet on that.
So they're like 6-1 on the sports books. I'd say you probably get 8s on the exchange.
They're nearly 9 now. Yeah.
Yeah, Torino are just booting the ball clear now too. So it's all out defense against attack here now.
Yeah, geez, they're out to 10-1 now, Juve.
Yeah, Torino players going down, wasting time. That's
a little bit of acting and waste a bit of time.
Yeah, the usual antics.
It had looked like Torino were going for it, but yeah, maybe they are holding on for the draw now. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how much injury time there is, because I don't think there was a huge amount of action in the second half. But I'll be hoping for a few minutes anyway. Yeah, I just did a very low stake bet on Juve there for the win. Just at those odds, and like they have a good record. I think they've won like 14 of their 15 head-to-heads or something like that. Certainly, they've only lost 1 of them anyway.
Sorry, there's been another goal in the Shells game. Somehow they're 3-0 down, but I can't understand it.
It's because
that's sickening, yeah.
Probably because Pats are a lot better team than them, but who knows?
Actually, not playing on paper, probably, but
I mean, they've had 11 shots to 7. They've had more corners, close to half the possession, the similar amount of dangerous attacks. Like the stats would not make you think that's 3-0 to Pats.
Yeah, like the thing about it, like probably the Shell's goalkeeper hasn't been great, and the Pats goalkeeper has been fairly good. That's probably the difference. But there might be a decent price next week if I'm going to look out for that next Friday and see what price they are, because the bookies might look at it and think, 3-0, they're not a good team, but I've been impressed with how they played today. So
they'll be away though next week, will they?
There's a goal for Elche.
Goal for Elche.
I just need.
If they do get a winner, things could be looking up.
Yeah, let me just check. Is it still suspended? Looks like a good goal. Juve killing me.
Yeah, well, they're certainly not going to get 2 for you anyway. I'm just waiting to see how much injury time they're going to give. Hopefully 4 or 5 minutes, but
it should be 5 with the stoppages and the substitutions, I'd say.
Yeah, you reckon? Yeah.
I have a free kick here.
I'll see if I can. Oh, it's 4 minutes. Yeah, not that much time. I wonder, will they go for it now? Are you going to cash out of that Cartagena one, or are you going to let it run?
I don't do cash outs, so
fair enough.
It's offering me 62 off 78. No, I'm happy enough.
That's still a bit stingy considering you have 2 bets in and another looking decent. Like,
yeah, and the thing is, if Cartagena scores, it's in, right? So.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. When it's double chance, yeah.
I'm only fearing the goal from things, so I'm not too worried. If it doesn't come in, it doesn't come in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am.
Nothing happening. Nothing happening here for Juve. It's been a rather uninspiring game, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm disappointed with Juve, to be honest.
God, talk about uninspiring, that Lille game. I know Betfair seems to be suggesting there has been a couple of shots on target, but Bet365 is still showing 0 shots on target going into the 80th minute.
Is that a handball? No.
And what game is that? The Juve game?
Yeah, I think they're down by his side, though. I don't think you can do anything there, but there's a shot.
Ball's gone out there now, so hopefully the ref goes to
Oh,
0.
shit. Valladolid have gone up 3-2, but it's still suspended.
That's all right. I mean, it's not the... There's still time, too. It'll be all right.
Confidence. Yeah, I don't know. It hopefully will get ruled out. It's still suspended, but that's just Bet365 too. They're not that quick at getting their markets going again.
The handball wasn't given, though.
No, it was just stripped out. It probably wasn't even a handball. It was in that area. But not looking great.
Desperation
here.
Time now.
Yeah.
What price are Lille? Anybody know?
I can tell you there now on Bet365 they're 11-4, so you probably get them on the exchange at 3-1 if you were just doing a single.
They just brought on Renato Sanchez, so they're still going for it.
I can see Cartagena made a substitute as well, so I assume they're bringing on another attacker to try pull a result out of this game. Still a bit of time there. I wouldn't be surprised if they do. Cartagena 50-1 for the win. What you reckon, PK?
Not happening.
No.
Game
Double
over.
chance, maybe.
Game over in Italy.
Is it? Yeah. Juventus letting down a lot of accumulators there, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely.
Bookies would be happy.
Yeah.
The amount of bets that were on Vlahovic as well. He didn't even get, he got about 65 minutes.
Yeah.
Lille are another one doing them favours too, I would have thought. Oh, free kick for Lille here in a decent position.
He actually got nearly 75 minutes for Vlahovic.
Did he?
Well, that's what I'm reading here anyway. But
didn't do much with them anyway.
No.
Oh, the Benfica game's not suspended.
Has it? I was just going to say there hasn't been much action there. It's a Boavista corner, and there's VAR in progress now, so possibly a penalty. VAR reviewing penalty. It's not going to matter because I had Juventus to win in that treble, but I had fancied Benfica and both teams to score. So it would be good for that. Unfortunately, I'm not on it as a single. It was 2-1, I think, for Benfica and both teams to score. But we'll see. I mean, the last time I backed Benfica and both teams to score, the home team missed the penalty when it would have made it a 2-1 result. So,
not a penalty. Yeah.
No, they're not giving it. No. Are you watching it? Was it the right call? Was it?
I didn't watch the replays because I'm watching the Lille game now. Just to see
it's another Boavista corner, so I guess they still have half a chance. How's that Lille game looking? Would you fancy them to get in for one late on?
No.
84 minutes now?
No.
I think they'll get one chance. I wouldn't exactly say I'd fancy them.
Yeah.
But I think they'll get one chance. in the next few minutes. Could come now in the box. Go down for a penalty, please.
I thought he was going to go down originally.
Yeah.
Play it out to the edge of the box. What are you doing?
I don't know why he passed it out to the wing there.
There was a lad on the edge of the box ready to shoot, and there's an awful ball in. It's just really poor. It's really poor quality football. Like so was the Juventus game. If you're being honest, like it's a grind watching them.
Elche just scored, so fair play to Savage. He had called that, and they were down 1-0 for a long part of that game.
Benfica game is suspended again as well. Sorry, but that's
what's suspended?
It's a yellow card in the Benfica game, or for someone on the sideline. Jeez, the Portuguese coaches go daft.
God, that's been suspended for about half the time it's been running.
I actually think the 3-1 and over half a goal in Lille is probably tempting enough bet here. I think they're going to go all out for the win. Might get caught on the counter attack. Yeah. Still 5 minutes plus injury time left. Like
severe lack of quality on both sides of the ball is what I've seen.
There has. I said the best football I've seen tonight is actually in the League of Ireland. Like, but surprisingly enough.
Oh, the boy from Metz just threw it straight to a Lille player. Like, I'm not even sure what he's trying to do.
Oh, this Elche game is still suspended. Jeez, I wonder now are they reviewing that? There's been an awful lot of goal reviews and penalty reviews tonight, hasn't there? For considering there hasn't been, a lot of the games have been quite low scoring.
Here's the little attack now. 4-on-3. Again.
Yeah.
Poor quality, but they got it back here, so.
Yeah. Both teams just don't know what to do with the ball or have no quality with the ball when they get it.
In fairness, Metz have 8 players in the box at the minute when they're defending, so it's tough to play the ball through them. But book him.
Font.
Book him.
Yes. Yes, he got a yellow.
Really?
Yes. We're giving out the yes. Come on now, a little winner would be fucking brilliant.
Fuck, I forgot you had that at 7-1 PK. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
And Gary was saying put your house in it. I hope you did put your house in it.
Well, not a house, but enough to cover a few bets.
That was brilliant though.
That's class. Yeah, I'm delighted I did that as a single as well because I was tempted to throw it in with something. But I was saying, Gary, you've made a few decent shouts at that yellow card market. Just good kind of logic behind it.
The thing was, if he was any good, they had a good chance there. He just a centre back's piece of control, and then he followed through.
Well, I think he was given out because they gave him offside, did they?
No, I think he'd give it as a foul, but it was a foul. Yeah, it was a foul.
Dermot on YouTube has a comment saying, I'm very optimistic about getting a goal. Or Lille getting a goal. They wouldn't score in a barrel of fannies tonight. So
many means not very optimistic.
But he was saying, I'm very optimistic.
Oh, geez, yeah, I'm not sure where he's getting that from. But that covers me. That covers me for a few bets anyway. That win. Cheers to that, Gary.
Yeah, nice one. Yeah, good shout.
Benfica game suspended again.
I just don't know the way. I've got a lot of riding on Lille now for the win, so I could do them with them scoring in that bag of fannies.
Yeah, I prefer Lille 1-2. Bets.
That Benfica game has come off suspension again. I don't know what's going on in that match. It's suspended.
They're suspended for yellow cards, and I just don't get it.
Looks like Cartagena are pressing for an equaliser here, but they're kind of running out of time. It's the 90th minute now, so
yeah.
If there's a lot of injury time there for whatever reason, I'm not sure that there will be, but if there is 5+ minutes injury time, I'm going to jump on another goal.
Okay, Lille knocking on the door here, but they refuse to play the right pass at the right time when they're up for top. Like that ball had to get in 2 touches earlier. Corner kick here.
Font's going mental again.
It looked like a corner. I think he's given a goal kick. Right.
Yeah, I'm not sure now. Hard to tell.
Oh, no, wait. That was a goal kick. Yeah, I know what he's talking about. Give him a red. Screw it. But yeah, there are a couple of subs here. Suspended in the Cartagena game.
Oh.
And it is a Cartagena attack I'm watching here. Oh, wide. What happened? Why is this suspended?
I have it on here now, but it's not suspended anymore. Is it a free kick to Cartagena? Is that what it is?
No,
a free kick? Or is it a corner?
It looks like a corner. This is to Cartagena. The keeper's up, but they had a good chance there. It's hard to tell. This is a bad camera. Oh, yeah. The keeper nearly scored. Oh, no, was that saved? The keeper nearly scored, and now he's getting a shoulder. I don't really sure what's going on here.
Have a throw in now, Cartagena.
Yeah, I think the keeper nearly scored there, though.
Oh.
Can you see how much?
Oh, might be a red card. Shit. I thought it was going to be a goal when it went suspended, but it looks like it's going to be a red card for... I don't think it's a red card offence, but you never know in France. You might get a red for that.
It's not Fonte, is it?
No, it's not Font. It's
Font.
I'm not too sure exactly who it is. He's got a second yellow. He's off.
Yeah.
It's only 3 minutes injury time in that Cartagena game, and 2 of them are nearly up. So
yeah, I've seen that.
If you're doing well to maybe get one more attack there, maybe get an equaliser.
I'm not sure. I seen that. Did you see you had a box in the corner there, and then you fouled? And I'm like, why do you foul? Why does the attacking team foul when they have a box in the other team's thing? Like, it's just like stand the ball up and get it back as quickly as possible. Like, you fouling it is the worst possible thing you can do.
Yeah.
It just like I'm just like, is your football IQ that low? Like that you foul the ball in that position when they're boxed into their corner? Like, it's like pump it forward here, and the keeper's up again. Oh, Valladolid could score here. Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, shoot.
Why is he not shot yet?
Oh, Jesus. My God. Oh, that is...
net.
Go on, the keeper. Keeper got back and played a blinder. That is... Why? He's given out to the boy the boy didn't do the support and run to get the ball back, but like, all he had to do was shoot.
Yeah, like why... He just didn't have the confidence to go for it. Like,
makes no sense.
God, if I was on another goal there, I would have been absolutely sick with that.
Oh, you'd be absolutely sick.
Yeah, like professional footballer.
It's over. Ah, well, I got a good run out of that bet at least.
You got your 7-1. 7-1 seems like a mistake from Bet365.
It does, yeah. I'm fairly aggro that I was too lazy to log in. Like,
what happens? Oh,
Boavista scored.
The Lille game is over too, right?
2-1 Benfica.
Not really. There's a minute left in Lille, and they're on the attack.
There. Oh,
bit of composure. Oh, ref.
Looks like a foul. That's a free.
How is that not in the corner? How is that not a free kick? Like,
looks like it's certainly
a corner, is it?
Yeah.
Let me jump into this game.
Oh, geez, I'd love a goal here now, to be honest.
I'm sure you would. What odds was that bet builder?
25-1, 24-1, something like that. There's a fight on the touchlines.
Fight on the touchline.
Happening here. The refs got over to give the
not a red card, is it?
Managers.
Oh yeah.
Absolute carnage on the sideline here.
That's what we like.
It's not when you're waiting for the corner to be taken to hopefully Jose Von redeem himself and get a goal. It's the Metz manager getting sent off.
Do you know that cards market where you just bet on? It's kind of done on a point system of yellow and red cards, and you just bet over under. Does that count for like red cards to the manager?
I think so. I think it's 90 minutes. Like so, as long as they get it. I'm not too sure whether it counts in the tunnel afterwards, but sometimes there's a fight in the tunnel.
But even if it's not one of the 22 players within the 90 minutes, that it still counts as a card.
I think so, but I'm not 100% sure. Maybe anybody watching in who knows that can let us know.
If anyone's ever betting it, imagine that bet coming in for you because the manager got sent off.
Yeah.
You're delighted with yourself. They still have this corner to go, do they? Oh, yeah.
That's the last gasp. Like.
Yeah. Surely their keeper's up again, is he? Or
No.
Another corner. That make them retake it, are they?
Yeah.
Or does it fight in the box now between all the players?
Yeah. Somebody
Bargy.
off the ground.
Like an action-packed finish to the match. I don't know why the rest of it couldn't have been like this.
Renato Sanchez. Just keeps going. This.
Font's gone over to have a word with the corner taker. Come on, do something.
Please tell him not to put it anywhere near him because he's shite.
All the markets are being taken down here, so the ref's dishing out more yellows.
Yeah, plenty of cards in the last 15 minutes of this game.
Yeah. You have to give out a couple of yellows there after what happened.
Oh, Jesus, that's lame.
Jesus. That's it. Game over, I'd say. It's poor.
Looked like an unchallenged header too. He just got under it.
Yeah, this match has cost me so much money. Because
a bit unlike last week. It's good. The last minute stuff hasn't gone in our favors. Here.
No, it's full time there, is it?
Full time.
Yeah, for a goal, yeah.
Grant, well, I think we leave it there, lads. Good week. Disappointing we couldn't get another winner, but the Jose Font 7-1 will live long in the memory anyway.
Yeah, no, that was a great shout in fairness, and I think it probably. I mean, I'm definitely up for the night just on that, really, and a couple of evens, singles coming in.
I was close on a couple of bets too, so I mean, Juve, well, wasn't that close on a -1, but then Cartagena, and then obviously Lille there in another bet. So, I mean, fine margins, but sometimes they go in your favor, and then other times they go against you, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, I think we'll leave it there. So thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll be back same time next week, hopefully without the technical errors and hopefully with our leader LB. But cheers for tuning in.
Producer and director Brown.
Yeah, we'll talk to you next week. Cheers, guys.
Nice one.
Yeah, cheers, lads.